Good morning. So I hope everybody's having an amazing morning, an amazing afternoon, wherever you happen to be. I'm just glad to have a reason to stop, take a breath. So this morning there was news about a bridge that collapsed in Baltimore, and that's not too far from us, and we have somebody coming down to Baltimore. So we're worried about their trip, the traffic, all that stuff. And so this is one of those mornings where getting distracted by the news, getting distracted by everything else, and then finally making a decision that it's like, all right, it is time to start. So I'm going to take 1 second here. And take a breath. Sorry about that. Having technical difficulties this morning also, so everything has been pretty much just running around, which is the perfect reason why we do this. Taking a breath and relaxing our shoulders. Making sure we're relaxed. Listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean. Just letting the universe kind of settle in. Letting all that distraction go for the day. At least for the next 15 minutes here. All that distraction, everything that's kept us running. We can at least stop for 15 minutes, right? There we go. So now I think I'm ready. Much better. That's all it takes. It's just flipping that switch, changing channels. Just willing ourselves to finally say, all right, gotta lower our blood pressure. Gotta get into the moment. Practice what we preach. There we go. Okay, so what does the universe have for us today? Let's take our daily inventory, see where we're at. Let's check in with ourselves. See if we have any angers or resentments. There's things that make us frantic throughout the day. There's things that trigger us. Let's see if we can take a look at them now so that we can avoid being triggered later on. I'm going to make my 3 stacks here. Each one a different thread going out to the universe. Each one a different thought or conversation. And if you believe in the multiverse, each one of these is a different path, because this conversation will lead us down a different path than this conversation or this one. So for today, let's take a look at what's right at the center. Let's see what's at the heart. Okay, we have the High Priestess. So what is this? This is that going inside that we're kind of doing now. The High Priestess has knowledge in her scroll here, and there's wisdom that she knows that's hidden behind here. And when we kind of do a morning meditation, when we kind of do a morning reflection, we're checking in with the High Priestess. We're going in, we're like, okay, so what is it that we need to know? What is that's inside us that we know but not reaching? Then we have the Ten of Swords. So tens are about completion. People see this card and they're like, oh my goodness. I mean, how bad a day is it? This guy is his day is so bad he's got a sword sticking in his ear. But sometimes I call this the I'm okay card. You know, nobody's day is so bad that they've got a sword sticking out of their ear. And he's even given this little sign here that says, oh, let's see if we can get in there. See that? I'm okay. He's giving a little piece, this little sign here. So this is when we have all that mental anxiety just finally just wears us out. But this is reversed. So it's almost like getting a revelation from the High Priestess. And then things starting to make sense where the swords start coming out. Since it's reversed, the swords can fall out. But we still have that feeling. So coins are about home, health, finances. Fours are about stability. 4 legs on a table, 4 legs on a chair. So sometimes we get a self-awareness from the High Priestess. Sometimes it's a truth. Sometimes it's a knowledge. Sometimes it can be a relief. And even though we're stressed out and we have all those anxieties, we at least can say, you know what? I'm done with it. I'm at the 10th card. Let's turn this card upside down. You know, it doesn't mean that things get better right away. But the thing about the 4 of coins, look at this person here. Look at how wrapped up they are in those coins. I mean, they look tense. They look tight. They're holding on to those coins with their lives because they want to be stable, right? That feeling. But sometimes it's kind of like trying to hold on to water in a stream. If you clench your fist at the water and try to bring water up, you're just going to get a wet fist. But if you gently relax, let go of the hold, because this is a very conservative card. This is what we do when we're saving money or when we're just like, we want to stay right here. We don't want to move because we want to be grounded and solid. But instead of grabbing and holding that water with a clenched fist, it's when we open up and gently allow ourselves to pick up the water in a cupped hand. So this is about accepting something, letting it absorb us, and then coming out of this 4 of coins where we have the clenched fist into the cup. Clenched fist, grab water, or this. And then we have the advice card. So the advice card is the death card, which is about transition. It's about letting go. So it's one of those things where we get our revelation. The advice card is almost like saying, now we have a choice to make. We get so used to this and being tense and tightened up. And one of those things where I always say, if I don't do it, then who will? We put all that mental strain on ourselves. Or it's about accepting the revelation, accepting what knowledge we gain, and allowing the anxiety to slowly drift away. Allowing the light that's slowly in the background in this dark night, realizing, okay, there's a small sliver of light. So how does this reflect for today? Today is when we go in, what anxieties do we need to let go of? What is it that we feel that we are clutching to with a death grip? What do we need to do to let that go? And we have two majors this morning, and when we have majors, we pay attention. So it's about the seeking of knowledge and about letting go. Okay, majors are the destiny cards. Minor cards are just the day-to-day cards. So it doesn't mean when we see a 10 of swords and a 4 of coins reversed, it doesn't mean that, this is going to carry through for the rest of our lives. This could be a phone call and it's like, oh, and it makes me clench up and it's like, I need to worry about my job and blah, 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 blah. It's just this is a phone call that can make us stressed. But do we want to let that stretch out until tomorrow? Or do we want to just take this meditation card of the High Priestess, listen to what the High Priestess says, and how can we handle that with the day-to-day things? That phone call that makes us stress, that task we've been trying to do, and maybe finally we can accomplish it today. We acknowledge I need to accomplish it today so the swords can drop away, so that I don't feel all clenched up. And so that it's not I'd heard this phrase a long time ago, it's not the bears in the woods that we have to worry about, it's the mosquitoes. It's not the bears we have to worry about in the woods, it's the mosquitoes. That's what get us. These are the day-to-day mosquitoes that we have to let go of. And that's all that's asking. What are the day-to-day mosquitoes that just pile up? We go inside, we listen, and we let it go. So, thank you again for being there, for helping me to get a little bit more grounded today, because it really was one of those running around kind of frantic mornings, but just 15 minutes and it's changed my whole day. So with all of that, I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing evening, and thanks again, and I will see you tomorrow.